Week-long, unprecedented visit. Today, the leader of the Catholic Church is expected to meet with Indigenous survivors of sexual and physical abuse. Hundreds of thousands of Indigenous children were separated from their families between the late 1800s to 1996. They were forced to attend church-run residential schools, and they were isolated from their homes and culture in order to assimilate them into Canada's Christian society. The Pope is expected to personally apologize for the Church's role in their traumatic experiences. Here to talk about this, we bring in Father Dave Dwyer, a Catholic priest. He is host of the Busted Halo show on Sirius XM Radio and a publisher of BustedHalo.com, a website for spiritual seekers. Good morning, Father. Busted Halo, is this about sort of coming to terms with some of the issues facing the Catholic Church?
Well, Mitch, first of all, thank you for having me. The name really comes from anyone who's realizing that they themselves is not perfect and not worthy, and yet we're all on this journey toward God. So not specifically addressing like the church's ills and there's something wrong with the church. It's more about, hey, none of us are perfect.
Well, in this case, many in Canada would say that the church, there were some issues with the church. And there was a high number of children that were dying at these schools. There were unmarked graves found. Is this trip overdue? If so, or if not, why now anyway? Why are we just seeing this apology and this tour now?
Yeah. Well, Greg, I mean, it's certainly overdue, and this trip is unprecedented. I mean, it really would only be in the modern era that a pope would even deign to apologize or acknowledge wrong at all. During John Paul II's pontificate, he notably apologized for actually quite a few ills and transgressions of the church down through the ages, everything from Galileo and the insurrection, the Inquisition, to more modern transgressions. When Pope Benedict XVI came to the United States in 2008, he did meet with survivors and he did apologize publicly, but you couldn't certainly describe that the entire purpose of that trip was for that. In this case, Pope Francis has not only made this a priority, but really the purpose of his visit is to bring about healing and reconciliation. He has called it a pilgrimage of penance. He is going there to apologize, and he's breaking a lot of protocols. He's meeting today. He's meeting first with Indigenous people and survivors. He'll be at one of the larger of these residential schools, and he's meeting with them before meeting with bishops of Canada and even some of the governmental officials. So this is clearly a priority for Pope Francis.
Well, and we're looking at video of Pope Francis, and he's in a wheelchair. So what does this trip across the world really say? Is it a positive indicator for his health and his continuing, papal time?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for one thing, I think it's a positive indicator of how important this trip is for him. Only a couple of weeks ago, he canceled trips to South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo, obviously places that have great concern for the Pope. He's also expressed that he greatly desires to go to Ukraine and hopefully, even with any influence that he has, bring about an end to the war there. So all those things are important, but even with his ill health, which is mostly about his knees, he chose not to have knee replacement surgery, so he's in a fair amount of pain. It seems like his overall health, even though he's continuing to age, is okay. But you're right, the fact that he's getting off the plane in a wheelchair, not something that a proud South American man would probably like to be seen doing. So this is a humble moment for him, is I think emblematic of how the church is humbly coming before the people of Canada and asking for forgiveness.
I would say the Holy Spirit is willing, the earthly body sort of letting him down. Thank you, Father Dwyer, for your time this morning.
Of course.
Okay, still ahead. Maybe a head scratcher for you. Monkeypox is now being teamed. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.